Okay, y'all, I'm here with another review. I am reviewing Belle Collective episode 2. Alrighty, so let's get to it. So, we're going to start with Miss Latrice. So, Latrice, we see her at her house. Her house is really pretty. It's very beautiful. And she talks to, is it just me, or does her husband give you Terrence Howard vibes? Like, he's like a, not even an older, because I feel like they probably look the same age. He's like a fatter face version, not as good looking version. Like, he looked like he could be Terrence Howard's daddy or brother or uncle or something. But he gives me Terrence Howard vibes. Like, not just the way he looked like with the light eyes and light skin, but also like his demeanor gives me very Terrence Howard. You catch my drift if you know the stories. So first she's on the phone with, I'm sorry, before her husband comes in, she's on the phone with her publicist, which at first I'm like, what the hell you got a publicist for? But then when she describes what it is that the woman does, that's not your publicist. That's like your manager or your business partner. But it doesn't sound like that's your publicist or your PR if all the things you listed about her that she does, I mean, I know that's a small point, but there wasn't much to this episode. So I'm trying to drag out points where I can. But anyway, so they're talking about her launching this new hair care line or whatever, and so then her husband comes into the room, and she's talking to him about how he they're having a conversation about him investing into her business and how she's saying, she, did all of this by herself. She was selling, hair out of the trunk of her car, and how, her husband didn't believe in her. Okay, now, correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. Tell me if y'all think that this is the case too. Now, I'm not trying to say that Latrice didn't do this on her own, but if y'all been together for 10 years, and that means like you pretty much been with him since you was like 20, are you trying to tell me that the entire time you had this business, not once did he give you any money for anything? Like, he could still not be an investor, but did he never give you a dime for anything when it comes to this business? I personally find that hard to believe if y'all been together 10 years and you was like about 20 when y'all started messing with each other, because that means that you would have been financially probably not in the best of place because you're not when you're 20 versus him being at there. And this is not me trying to take away from what she did. I don't know. I just felt like that whole scene was kind of like contrived because y'all didn't even talk about how much money he was gonna invest. Where's the paperwork? It was all done on a handshake and some bullshit. Whatever case may be, we gonna need it in writing because that man will definitely come through and try to take over your business. Just saying, okay? So then we have Letitia and Tamara, okay? And they sit down together and they talk about the brunch. Now here is my PSA. And I'm gonna only say this one time because I said it before. For both Tamara, this specifically goes to Tamara, Dr. Antoinette. Hell, let's get to a whole nother station. Candace from The Real Housewives of Potomac. Who else? Who else? And on top of that, I find that it's funny. Like, Latrice, how was Dr. Antoinette your friend and you're allowing her to go out like this? This is my problem. This is my thing. So here's the thing. I'm going to make it example. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a bundle, okay? This is a bundle. By this weekend, trust me, y'all see this in my hair. I'm getting my hair done this weekend. But this is what I want to show y'all, okay? I bought a 12, a 10, a 12, and a 14 because I am short. I'm only 5 foot even. And the way that my hair, like the way that hair lays on me, I always have to get something shorter because if not, it'll be all the way down to my ass. I don't like that. But here's the thing. I want to show y'all something. This right here is a 14, right? So look, I want y'all to look right here, right? This swirl right here is pretty much showing how long the track is, right? How long it is. Once you undo this nice little pretty bow they got on it and you stretch it out, it'll show you how long it is, okay? Now, mind you, I said I have a 14. This is a 14. I have a 10 and I have a 12. I have been getting sew-ins for at least close to 10 years because I didn't get my first sew-in until I was actually in college. So I've been getting sew-ins for 10 years now. I know right now it doesn't look like it, but I have a really small head. Like, I have a really small head when it gets down to it. I can honestly say, although I always buy like 3 packs, 3 different sets or whatever, for lengthwise, I can honestly say I have almost never used all of the hair that I bought. I always, if I was to open my closet right now, I have bags and bags of hair that's left over from when I buy hair. When this is all said and done, all of this hair right there, I'm not gonna use all of this. Do you want to know why? Because if I do, I'm gonna be on camera looking like Tamara. I'm gonna be on camera looking like Dr. Antoinette. I'm gonna be on camera looking like Candace. Meaning, there's too many bundles in you guys' head. It's okay to not use the whole pack. That's what I want y'all to understand. It's okay to not use every single track that you have. You can leave half of the. You can leave. Put enough on your head and then leave the rest, and you can always use it for another time. You can always double back. If you need to refreshen up your tracks, you can take those tracks that you didn't use and use it, for your hair. Or if it's like just regular straight hair, you can take that little bit of hair that you have left and use it when you get your next pack, or so that maybe you don't have to buy as much next time. But my PSA is, stop using so many bundles on y'all head. It's not necessary. Y'all people, the people I'm talking about, y'all are too small to have that much hair on y'all head. And when I mean hair, I don't mean in the sense of volume, because I love volume. Trust me, when I'm done with my hair, y'all gonna see volume. But I'm talking about the amount of bundles. It's ridiculous. It makes me mad. And Tamara, you're one of the main people on this show. I need you to cut it down a notch. Take a bundle or two out, because it's too much. The same thing with Dr. Antoinette. I don't understand how Latrice is a hair person and she doesn't look at her friend and say, first of all, like Letitia ended up saying, your wig is pulling up, and number two, it's too bulky. That's my PSA about the hair. I'm not talking about it no more the rest of the season. I ain't talking about nobody else's hair the rest of the season. But I just want to put that PSA out there because it's making me mad. Y'all are beautiful women. Just take out a bundle. Okay? And so they talk about the brunch, and then, Tamara's like, oh, well, I'm having a birthday party for my 40th, and I don't even really know if I should invite everybody. And she was like, no, it'll be fine. So she's going to invite everybody. Then we move on to Marie, okay? And Marie is in her office talking to her best friend. I mean, is Essie her best friend, or is that her yes woman? We shall see as the season goes on. But she's talking to her, forget the whole situation about like Latrice, because she was talking about that, and she really pretty much wasn't taking responsibility for how it is that she handled it, because she said, oh, well, I came to her as a customer. Okay, but it was the wrong time. That's not the time or the place to have that conversation. Even if you wanted to have the conversation at the brunch, like I said in my last video, how I felt like she should have addressed it if she felt like she wanted to address it at that brunch. You could have easily said to that woman, hey, don't you own Goddess Hair Length or whatever? I think that's the name of Goddess Hair Length. Okay, well, whenever you get a minute, here's my card. I would like to sit down and talk to you about a few things, just whenever you get a chance, if you wanted to bring it up at all. That's how you could have handled it. You could have said to her, can we talk about it at another time? Or at that brunch, set up a time for you to have a separate conversation with her. That's what I'm trying to say. But she didn't want to take no type of responsibility. That's clearly going to be Marie. She doesn't take responsibility. I don't care about none of that. What I find interesting is, okay, she said not only is she taking care of her kids, which of course, her husband, which come to find out her husband really ain't shit. And then she's taking care of her son, who I think is 20 or 21 years old. Him, 3 of his babies, mind you, all 3 of his kids are under the age of 1, meaning that little was out here breaking backs every single second he got a chance. Not only that, but he taking care of the baby mamas too. Not just the baby, but the baby mamas. You got another thing coming, and then next week we're going to see how he disrespected her and punched a hole in her wall. And Marie, you got the game completely fucked up. That's a grown-ass man. If you can lay down there and break backs left and right, break backs enough that you got 3 kids that's under the age of 1, you're old enough to get the fuck up, get a job, and figure it out with your baby mamas. Now, see, look, as a grandmother, I'm not a grandmother, but if I was a grandmother, I wouldn't have any problem doing for my grandchildren. But as far as their mothers are concerned, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No. If you need money, if you need food for the baby, I will go get food for the baby. If you need diapers for the baby, I will get diapers for the baby. But that's where that ends. I'm not giving you money so that I'm not paying my son's child support, pretty much. What I look like? No. Absolutely not. So Marie also says how when she gets to the party, how she's gonna confront Latrice, which she never did. Okay, and so then here we go. So then we have Letitia. She's going down Ferris Street with one of the. I got OG here because I don't know the woman's name, but talking to her, about them revitalizing the street, and the OG, like, you got her stamp of approval. She's here for it. So then we go to Dr. Antoinette's house, which I love her house. Her house is beautiful, and her and Latrice is there. And they're talking about how she redid her house, since her husband moved out. I'm like, yes, bitch, you see, that's the type of shit I would be on. If we're gonna get a divorce, you know how Tina was like, I want my name. I don't care anything about I don't care about anything else. But I want my last name. I earned that last name. And then Lawrence Fishburne, no. That's my daddy's name. And that's my great. No. So I'm Dr. Antoinette in the sense of I don't care about anything else but the house. I want the house. Yeah, I would keep that house. Absolutely. You did the right thing, girl. So she remodeled the house, and then they find this like box or whatever, of some of her white. I can't even get it out. Her white husband. There we go. White husband stuff. In a box, and she's looking through all of it. And so Latrice asked her, like, what was one of their problems? What was one of the main issues about why they're not together anymore? And she talked about how, as far as kids is concerned, and when I'm telling you, Dr. Antoinette, sis, I wish I could tap my screen. Sis, me and you, we're here. We are here on that subject. It was like listening to me talk, bitch. She said pretty much that he wanted to have kids right away. And she just felt like at the time she's working on her career. And if she was to have kids, she would have to stop working. And not only that, but and especially if he wants multiple kids, she would have to have kids back to back. She would have to stop working. And that's not what she wants to do right now. She wants to work on her career and get herself to the point to where neither her or her kids have to struggle. Ding 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 ding. That's me, bitch. That's me. That is me. Oh my gosh. And it's like it's irksome so much. And Tamara's gonna although Tamara is 40, it's still a little annoying that, like, even at my age, mind you, I'm only 26. Even at the age I'm at now, people really expect me to have a child, like, now. And it's like, I'm kind of like broke as fuck on my own right now. So I don't feel comfortable bringing in the child. Okay, I like I told y'all before, I just graduated, right? Do you know how much debt I have as far as school debt? You think I want to have a child right now and have to try to pay off my school debt as well as trying to get really started in my career, because I'm still pretty damn young. Get a head start in my career. Have kids, like, it's too much. It's too much. And like she said, at the end of the day, my main thing is I'm not trying to have my kids struggle the way that I had to. That's the whole point. When you have children, you don't want them to have to go through the same things that you did if you can help it. And so if I can help it, no, not right this second. I was here. I was here for you, Dr. Internet, here for you on that one. So then we get to Tamara. She's out shopping, and she's talking to, I don't know, the guy that's helping her pick her clothes. And, she's talking about how she's thinking about babies and how her family's kind of, well, not her, but her family's kind of pressuring her about, like, having a family and having kids. And she did freeze her eggs, which I said, smart thinking, sis, smart thinking. If I had the money, I'd freeze my eggs. But how, she's not really ready for that yet. She talked about how an NBA player had offered her $1 million to have a baby, sis. And she said, no, sis. Do you know how fast I would have had that baby and signed them rights away? Take them. Give me my millie. You can take your baby. Give me, like, I'll see the child, like, on holidays and Christmases and all of that. Then they can come my way. But you gonna give me my millie, and then you can have fun. But give me my check. Yeah, absolutely. She did the wrong thing in that. To me, I would took that money. But yeah. So they talk about that. So then we go back over to Dr. Antoinette and her friend, and they're at, like, this baseball field. She wants to, like, get rid of his stuff and, all of this symbolic shit. So she talks about, again, about the whole situation with the kids and, how pretty much how she wouldn't feel comfortable having biracial kids, specifically in Mississippi, because it's very racist down there. And, they would make the kids pick between being black or white, and they wouldn't have, the option to be in the middle. I'm not gonna lie to you, Dr. Internet. That would be the case anywhere that you have biracial kids, to be quite honest. Now, yes, of course, in Mississippi, it's gonna be more, that child is probably going to be more lenient, more influenced to, not influenced, more susceptible to leaning towards the black side, because a lot of times the white side is not very nice and they really don't want anything to do with you at all. A lot of times it's the black side that tends to accept people. Now, not to say that black people aren't be like, oh girl, sometimes, but we are much, much more inviting on this side than they are on that side. So I get that, especially being in Mississippi, I get that. But I do feel like no matter where you will go, your child would have a little bit of, I won't say issues, but they would have that teeter-totter as far as being a biracial child. But also, I feel like we're getting to a point in America where like almost everybody is not biracial, but a lot of people are mixed. A lot of people are mixed. So yeah, but I understood what she was trying to say. It's funny though, because first of all, I feel like these are conversations that should have been had before y'all was married. That's number one. But number two, it seems to me like, I don't know, it seems a little contradictory. Not that she is, but it seems to me like her overall issue is really with being with a white man. Not that she has a problem with being with a white man, but the issues or the problems or obstacles that come along with being with a white man, she won't necessarily want to go through. But I mean, granted, this is only the second episode, but even in the first episode, when the contractor was there, the contractor was white and she was flirting with him. So it gives me like, you don't really, you want to be with a white man, but at the same time, you don't want to have to go through the struggles or the looks or the of being with a white man. Do you know what I'm saying? But whatever, girl. Do what your heart desires. I also found it telling that when she was talking to her friend and she was like, yeah, well, I wouldn't really be comfortable, about my kids, with my kids, because of race. And this is a white woman that she talked to. Why would that be a problem? I don't get that. Of course you wouldn't get why it would be a problem, sis. Of course you wouldn't. I just thought that to be telling. But anyway, so now it's Tamara's birthday or whatever. You got Latrice. Latrice looked nice. Latrice Zeddy, as she calls him, and Dr. Antoinette, they come together. Latrice said that they looked like J and B. Nigga, excuse my language. Bitch, the only reason why that makes sense is because of the age difference. The only reason you can say J and B is because of the age difference. That's it. There's nothing else that you motherfuckers have in common. You're nobody's B, and he damn sure ain't nobody's J. I want y'all to stop. I've said this, I don't know how many times on my channel, and I'm going to keep saying it until I can. I understand that Beyonce, I don't even care about Jay-Z. I don't understand that Beyonce and Jay-Z are like the bar or like what y'all want to compare yourselves to, but stop doing it, because y'all are not them. Y'all are not even the Great Value version. Y'all are not even the Dollar Tree version. Y'all are not even the Piggly Wiggly version of it. So just stop. Just fucking stop. Whew, Lori. What I also noticed I got here in my notes is that Ziddy, he's a flirt. He's a flirt because when she was on the phone with her publicist or whatever, he said something about her being beautiful, and then when she brought him over to the table to introduce him to everybody, he was flirting a little bit. Like I said, I don't know if it's like I don't know. He's a flirt. He's a flirt for sure, for sure. And I found it interesting. Now, mind you, I don't even remember what this man's name is at this point. I have no idea. But I found it weird that you introduced him to everybody as, this is Zaddy, this is Zaddy. But before I get there, she said, oh, well, we came here together because, he likes to know where I am at all times, and I can't go nowhere without him. And girl, if that, and I watched Scotty by Nature, and Scotty did say that, people are kind of going a little bit in on him, but this is my thing. Be mindful of the perception that you're putting out there. If that man really isn't super controlling or anything like that, which clearly he is, but if he's really not, you might want to be mindful about how it comes across on TV, because it damn sure comes across like that man is extremely controlling, and that he might even be, I'm not gonna even take it there, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, so that I just found out where, like, why he gotta know where you at every single second of the day. Why? You're a grown ass woman. It's because he treats you like you're his daughter, and that's disgusting because y'all are husband and wife. But anyway, but I found it weird that she introduced him as Ziddy and not by like his name, like Craig or whatever the fuck his mom named him. Like, if I'm with my dude, I call him babe. I'm not gonna walk up to a group of people though that never met him and be like, Oh yeah, so this is babe. No, because bitch, you're not gonna call him babe. I call him babe. You're gonna call him by what the fuck his name is. So that was just weird to me. Um, then they all sit down at a table. Latrice, Dr. Antoinette, Letitia, and then I don't know. I guess Latrice's PR is gonna act like a friend of the show because she was a little bit. I don't know. Whatever. She didn't bother me, but it was like, are you trying to be like on the show or are you like a friend of the show? I didn't get it. But anyway, they're all sitting there talking, and Letitia was talking about how she kind of wants them to come together and talk and stuff. So Dr. Internet is like, okay, well, like, what does Marie do or whatever? And, Letitia's like, well, she's a multimillionaire. She owns her own, mental health facility. Oh, so that's an ordinarily job for you. First of all, wait, let me finish that part, then I'm going to go in. And so when Dr. Internet said that, Letitia was like, okay, hold on. First of all, what you're not going to do, you're not going to come from my friend. She is very successful. And I like the Letitia so much from that one part. Because, bitch, granted, Marie was wrong for starting this whole situation. But at the end of the day, bitch, that's my friend. And you're not going to come from my friend when she's not here. Point blank, period. I also want to say this about Dr. Antoinette. What do you mean that's an ordinary job? Bitch, first of all, let's take it there. Y'all ever watch The Hangover? Y'all ever watch The Hangover? So y'all know where I'm going with this. A lot of people would say that you're not even really a doctor. Okay? A lot of people don't even really count dentists as true doctors. Do you want me to try to downplay your accomplishments by saying, oh, well, like, if you told me to call you Dr. Intern, I'd be like, oh, okay, what do you do? Oh, I'm a dentist. Well, you ain't a real doctor. You, okay. But that's cute. Like, you wouldn't like if nobody did that to you. So don't try to say, oh, what she does is ordinary. Like, don't try to, this is my whole thing. Don't try to say that she doesn't empower women, but then you're turning around, you're doing the exact same thing as her. That comment was unnecessary. You tried to be shady, and Letitia caught it and came for your ass. I was here for it. So pretty much the way, I don't even care about going to the back and forth about all of this. So pretty much Marie comes in. I mean, do I think Marie looked nice? It's not an I would wear, but all right, it is what it is. She came in. Latrice was just kind of like, you know what, I'm not going to pay her no attention. Now, Letitia is pretty much trying to get both of them to sit down together and to talk, but Marie's not really trying to have it. So she invites Latrice and all of them over to the table where they are. They come, they sit down, It seemed like Latrice didn't want to talk, but she would be willing to if Marie said something. But Marie was just being like, I'm not gonna say anything. So of course, when they say that they see that it's not working, Marie don't want to talk. So Latrice and her people get up and leave. And I liked the whole little speech or whatever that Letitia was giving to Marie, because I feel like she's a really good friend. Because I feel like what she did was when she was talking to Marie, I feel like she did check her in the sense of telling her you were wrong, like you could have been that bigger person, but at the same time not trying to make her feel bad about herself. Like she pretty much was like, in this situation you need to be a better person, like you need to be the bigger and better person, because now you're sitting here and you're looking like you're the villain, you're looking like you're the person with the problem, when all you had to do was just accept the olive branch. So I really appreciated how she, like I said, she held her accountable, but it was in like a gentle way at the same time. Like it was in a very, it was like in a loving, but like not like super aggressive, because I don't want to say that, but it was like just a, like, this is what I mean what I say. You was wrong in this sense, but I still care about you as a friend. I fuck with Letitia, man. Those are the type of friends that you need. But yeah, so she said she ain't gonna talk to her, and we shall see next week, y'all. We shall see next week. I'm not bad.